What's up, Curl Crew? It's Alyssa here, and today we are going back to the basics. I literally had to go back and watch my old curl video because my current curls are not eating like my old curls did. So I went back to figure out, what am I doing differently that is making my curls not look as defined as they were a few years ago? So I got that video, I looked at everything that I did, and then I tweaked it so that I can get a new 2026 curl hairstyle. First off, you're going to start with clean hair. I washed my hair already, and I used the Bounce Curl shampoo, and I went in with their conditioner, and I think they also have two types of conditioners, but this is the one that I used. So you want to start off with your hair soaking wet. Mine isn't as soaking wet as before, but don't worry, we have our spray bottle here that is going to go ahead and light us up again. And the first product I'm going to go in with is my Bounce Curl leave-in conditioner. So in my previous video, I used the deep conditioner I think I left in my hair because I was out, but we are coming back with our leave-in. Don't spray your base. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on in with a generous amount of leave-in conditioner. You don't wanna put it on your scalp, you don't wanna clog your scalp, so you are gonna put it as close to your roots as possible, but you just don't wanna have, too much product build up on your actual hair follicle. And from my old video, I am bringing back my retired brush. This is the Tangle Teezer brush. I loved this brush, and I honestly don't know why I stopped using it, so we're back with her. And I'm just going to work the conditioner into my hair. I promise I detangled it, but I've been letting it sit for a little bit too long. So I do think I should add even more water because you don't want this little knot here. Okay, and the second product I'm going to work into my hair is the Curlsmith Bonding Oil. So I'm going to put a few pumps of that, rub it in, and then just work it through my hair. And this method is called the Lock Method Leave-In Conditioner Oil Cream. I kind of just went rogue and stopped doing the method the way that I did, but I've noticed that my results just aren't as good as they used to be. So we're gonna see today, guys, if I can have my luscious locks back. Then I'm going to go ahead and brush that oil through my hair as well. As you can see, it's sounding a lot better than before. Now, shocker, we're going with the Bounce Curl Curl Cream. Yeah, if you don't know me, you need to know that this will always be a holy grail item. So we're going to be not putting as much as I put with the leave-in, but still putting a generous amount. And of course, we're going to work that right in our hair. Okay, now we're going to get started. And if you know you're a 90s baby, we don't do that middle part. We 100% do that side part, because who would I be if I didn't? I typically always part it to this side. I think lately I've been doing a much more dramatic part than I need to. We're literally just gonna go, I don't know, a few inches back. It doesn't even have to be perfectly straight if you don't want, but for those who are perfectionists, I'll try to be a little bit more accurate. Okay, so what I will be doing differently is sectioning my hair off differently than I used to, because I always had a harsh line in the front or the back of my head. So we don't want to do any more harsh lines. So we are going to kind of section it off with this mid-sized piece right here. This is going to be the smallest section right here. And then we have our section in the back where we are going to brush everything towards that direction. So we're going to do the back last. Just roll it in a ball, no one cares. So the way I do the sides here, it's not a perfect part, but you're just going to grab a piece, take the Tangle Teezer brush, get as close to the root as possible, come on out with it, and then I like to curl my hair around the brush, and we're going to get nice bouncy curls. And then I do go in with the pre-made curls, and I do go ahead and twist. Don't be afraid to add more water. If you feel like the hair is dry, adding more product is not the answer. It is definitely adding more water. This could be tedious for some, but if you want the results in your hair to last you a solid week, this is what I used to do. It kind of just adds back in all those stragglers, all those loose hairs, and it allows your curl definition to last longer throughout the week, and that way you're not having to do your hair as much. So I think, for me personally, I'd rather just take the extra 10 minutes or so to define those curls with my finger than have to do 2 wash days a week or 2 like comb days a week. So to each his own. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more water to her. She's feeling a little dehydrated. I'm gonna comb her out, and we're gonna pull away from my face and roll my ends. There we go. And we have a few pieces that are a little shorter than the rest. And make sure you're defining especially the front of your scalp, because you don't want it to look puffy in the very front of your head. So to me, I like to make sure I'm going all the way to the root, because it doesn't look good when your roots are really puffy, but then you have a lot of definition at the bottom. You want to be a light and airy fairy. Okay, so when you get to this top part here, you want to make sure you're getting as close to the root, because you want to see that definition. You don't want it to be puffy. You want it to be really pretty and defined. Okay, we have section 1 done. Section 2 is going to be the fastest. I am gonna add a smidge more of my curl cream, because it's okay to see that product when you brush it. I like seeing that product just to make sure like we're doing good. Also, that lets me know I have a lot of water in there, so we're all set. I don't mind either breaking up a curl that is too big, or if the curl feels like it's too small and it's not gonna last long because it's just gonna get frizzy quickly, feel free to create your own curls. That's why it's beneficial when you are kind of curl training it a little bit, because you can kind of decide, okay, I want this curl to be thicker, and get that definition that you're going for. As you're defining the curls, it's okay to like direct them where they're supposed to go, because you don't want all the ones in the front to be like headed that direction. So you could take your finger and kind of direct that curl on the way in which you want it to dry and fall when it lands. And you guys can see my roots, like the curls are starting at that root, so we're gonna get what we're going for. All right, guys, we're gonna do it from the back. I mean, that's not what I meant. I'm gonna show you so that you see the whole back. So instead of doing it right down the middle, we're just gonna take our finger and part this section right here. Okay, so my camera cut off, but you're just gonna go ahead and part right down the center. It doesn't have to be a perfect part, because you want it to look as natural as possible anyway. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pin up the excess hair, going in and adding more water. And it looks kind of like this. That's when I go in, grab the curls, and just get all the straggling strands. Okay, for our very last section, we're gonna add some more water. Okay, so make sure you're brushing it towards the back and not towards you, because then they'll make the curls form weird. So I'm just gonna pull backwards and roll towards the ends. And you're just gonna grab a curl and go in. All right, guys, now I'm gonna go ahead and add in gel. I am using the Bounce Curls light cream gel, rubbing it on my hands, and we're just kind of gently going around, and then we're gonna scrunch to the scalp. All right, guys, we are seeing that definition. I am now going to dry my hair with the diffuser, and then we will get our final results, and we're gonna see if my old method works better than what I've been currently doing. With my Dyson, I just go with the 1 heat setting and then 3 cold. This kind of helps to go faster, but if you have more time, go ahead and use no heat. I just go around my head till my hair is about 60 to 70% dry, and then I go 3 large sections, and I put my ends into the diffuser and then bring it to the top of my head. and that helps my hair dry a lot faster. It's pretty simple, and that's what I usually just do. Okay, guys. She is eating it! Okay, like, guys, I don't want to touch it too much because you don't want to touch your hair after you do it because of frizz. But guys, I'm gonna need you to take a look. She's back. The definition, the curls. Obviously, there's a little bit of frizz because that's natural, but guys, she's back. The moral of the story is if it's not broken, don't fix it, because my routine was 2 years ago, and I guess I just got caught up with life and slowly just started veering off and trying new things. And it's okay to try new products and stuff, but if you notice that it's not as defined, it's not feeling as healthy, then just remember what you did before and just go back to that. Because yeah, and now we're gonna do the back. The back, as you can see from my last video, I had a really harsh part line, but now we don't, so yay. So I did, from the last video, put a little bit of oil on a comb and fluff up my roots. I feel like I'm okay. I don't necessarily want to have more volume right now. I really like the definition the way that it is. But yeah, this is our new 2026 hair routine, guys. I am going to be trying a lot of new products coming up though, just so that I can kind of see what's the best gels, what's the best creams. Let's compare drugstore versions of hair products to the more higher end. Let's just mix it up. But overall, my day-to-day, outside of trying things, this is definitely going back to my go-to so that my curls are popping. But yeah, if you have any questions, comment down below. Let me know if you think these results look better than my previous videos in the past few months. And yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.